From snow-capped mountains to unforgiving deserts, the U.S. National Park System is home to 84 million acres of land, which is visited by more than 300 million people each year. For lovers of the outdoors, it's heaven on earth. But for less experienced adventurers, treks into these American wilderness escapes can be downright hellish.
Fresh air, no screens. I'm getting really good at chopping wood, too.
You're a regular Paul Bunyan.
Ow! I got stung by the wood!
Here are some of the most dangerous camping spots in the U.S. Lake Mead. Lake Mead is the largest reservoir in the U.S. and something of an oasis in the desert, with picturesque rugged terrain and sparkling waters. Just 24 miles from glitzy Las Vegas, it's a quieter getaway from the bright city lights. But that doesn't mean it's a total jackpot. Park rangers consistently rank it among the most dangerous parks in the country for several reasons. It may be one of the National Park Service's top 10 most visited parks, but that comes with plenty of downsides, like boating and auto accidents and drownings. Surprisingly, most of those deaths don't involve alcohol. Lake Mead spokeswoman Christy Vanover told the Associated Press, "It's really not the party crowd, it's the people who don't understand the power of the lake. Some people think it's like a swimming pool." The park has also had trouble with assaults and other violent crimes, which don't exactly make for the most tranquil vacation spot. Glacier National Park. This gorgeous park sits along the border of Montana and the Canadian provinces of Alberta and British Columbia. Unfortunately, visiting isn't a walk in the park. On average, 2 to 3 people die each year. Though drowning deaths top the list, Glacier National has different challenges than many other parks, like avalanches and rock slides. Inexperienced day hikers also account for a lot of fatalities. One 74-year-old man stepped over a retaining wall to take a picture and fell 500 feet to his death. But at least 10 visitors to Glacier National Park have died a far more grisly way: grizzly bear attacks. The most famous deaths occurred in 1967, when 2 19-year-old women were mauled to death on the same August night at separate campsites within the park. The event became known as the Night of the Grizzlies, which spawned a documentary for PBS in 2010. Organ Pipe Cactus National Monument. Named for the tall breed of cactus that dominates this stretch of the Sonoran Desert in Arizona, Organ Pipe Cactus National Monument is both desolate and beautiful. Plus, it's the home of North America's only wild jaguars. But the desert terrain is also home to a very different type of predator: drug smugglers and human traffickers. In 2002, a park ranger was killed in a shootout with 2 smugglers fleeing Mexican authorities, and 70% of the park was closed due to illegal activity from 2003 to 2014. Fortunately, Organ Pipe Cactus National Monument has since reopened to the public with better security. So now, all you have to worry about is the jaguars. Glen Canyon. With 1.25 million acres of land in northern Arizona into the southern portion of Utah, Glen Canyon National Recreation Area is home to stunning cliff formations, wilderness trails, and Lake Powell. The scenic views and pristine waters have made Glen Canyon an especially popular destination for water-based activities like boating, kayaking, swimming, and fishing. And with all those boats in the water, Lake Powell is notorious for boating accidents and drownings. In June 2013 alone, 6 deaths occurred over a 10-day time span. And then there's cliff jumping, which has claimed numerous lives over the years. The Wave. Part of the Vermilion Cliffs National Monument, the Wave is one of the most photographed landscapes in North America. Because of the sensitivity of the rock formations, only 20 visitors per day are allowed to hike out to the Wave. Permits must be obtained via a lottery system. Winners get a map and directions to the Wave, but from that point on, you're on your own. Most people who find the Wave are treated to amazing photographs. But if you don't take enough water with you, go ahead and wave goodbye. Temperatures in the Wave can climb well past the 100-degree mark, and the trails are often unmarked. In 1 month alone in 2013, 3 people died from heat and cardiac arrest. Mount Rainier National Park. At over 14,000 feet above sea level, Mount Rainier is the tallest peak in the Cascade Mountains of the Pacific Northwest, and the extreme conditions can prove tricky to less experienced outdoor adventurers. But one spot in particular has proven especially deadly over the years: Liberty Ridge. Less than 2% of hikers attempt the climb, but it's responsible for 25% of deaths on summit climbs in the park. Though it offers stunning views, the difficulty of the hike is not for the faint of heart. In 2014, 6 climbers fell 3,000 feet to their deaths while trying to reach the summit. It was the single worst accident the park had experienced since the 1980s, when 11 people died in an avalanche. Bright Angel Trail. The Grand Canyon is one of America's most popular destinations, with over 4 million visitors each year. And one of the most popular trails is the Bright Angel Trail, a steep path to the canyon's bottom. Though the Park Service maintains that it's the safest trail in the park, Hikers have died of heat stroke and heart attacks during their treks. As the temperatures rise, the dangers go up, especially near Indian Gardens where temperatures soar. Its name may be Bright Angel, but it sure is a devil of a hike. Great Smoky Mountains. Great Smoky Mountains National Park, both in Tennessee and North Carolina, is America's most visited national park. This densely forested mountainous area offers opportunities for hiking, camping, fishing, and car accidents. Lots of car accidents. Automobile collisions account for most of the deaths in the park each year, thanks to the combination of beautiful scenery and treacherous hairpin curves. The Great Smoky Mountains also have a reputation for missing persons. At least 3 hikers have disappeared in the park and never been seen again. Meanwhile, plenty of people get hurt or killed each year due to plenty of other hazards, everything from falling off waterfalls to bee attacks.
You like jazz?
Thanks for watching. Click the grunge icon to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Plus, check out all this cool stuff we know you'll love too.